YouTube? I'm back with another build for REM mini builds. So I did get the four-wheeler running. Runs great. My issue was that I had too big of a carburetor on there because I keep thinking this was a 90cc. Again, I just picked it up as a frame and a motor. It's actually a 70cc, so I need a smaller carburetor for it. Once I put the smaller carburetor on, started up purred like a dream. So I'm going to go ahead and do now, I'm going to throw this in storage while I post it on Facebook Marketplace. I just finished it yesterday. There's no video for it because I was swapping out the carb when you saw the other video. That's all I did. Swap out a carb and call it a day. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this one home. That was the cart that I got with the original mini bike. It's a Yerf Dog. So I'm just going to go ahead and slap a motor on it. Probably that Predator. Or one that I already have at home. Slap it on, maybe fix the seat a little bit. I do have the original seats, they're right there, and get this started. So this is what this video is going to be on, just building this one up so I can sell it. I don't know about painting it because it's like blue, and then black spray paint right here, horribly done, and then it's like silver back there. May just do it all blue, I don't know yet, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and swap them both out. So swap the four-wheeler for the go-kart, bring it home, and get started on it. So stay tuned for the video. And again, like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you. I have a bad track history of saying it, but I think this one might be a quick flip. I don't know. It is my famous last words for saying something like that, but let's see how it goes, and let's get it done. Alright, bring us back to the shop. See you guys there. Just got the go-kart here. Just try to wheel it around. Looks like the tires hold air, so that's good. Hera's doing her inspection around it, biting on things she shouldn't be biting on. As for the motor, I've had this sitting around from when I originally bought the go-kart frame and the mini bike, and I'm actually now looking at it, and let me show you guys what I'm working with here. It's a Predator 212. It's seen better days. Let's see if I can get this to focus. So it was dropped on its side, obviously. Bent up here. That's only the flywheel casing, that's fine. It's covered in mud. That's not from me. I did rob this off for another project that I had. I don't remember exactly which one it was. I think it was another four-wheeler that I sold. Not totally sure. The gas on and off is broken. Choke still works. I did rob the bolts, so that's just me. I noticed this here on the exhaust. So it's missing a screw right there. There's one right here. Missing the other screw. Again, more mud. More disgustingness. More mud, as you can see. There's a spring here. That's for the throttle return. If you can see, if I can try to show it to you. So, for the governor, it seems to be working. So yeah, so this is the motor I'm going to put on. I did buy a little cheap stage 1 kit for it. If I can get this to open. Air filter. I've never seen that looks like this, the plastic cap on it, and then it has everything else that it's supposed to. So supposedly it bolts right up to the Predator. So, if I can get it to focus, sort of. All right. Well, I tried. It says 6.5 Predator. So I'm gonna mount that on here. See if I can get this motor to run first, just before I waste any time, because again I do have the other one inside of the shop. I'm sorry, the storage unit. So it looks like the original carburetor studs are about the same length, maybe a little bit longer than the replacement ones that came with the kit. If they fit, I don't see the need for me to take them off, because again, the air filter goes over this, so I don't see that big of a deal because there's still thread all the way around. So I'm just going to leave those on, kind of hook everything back up, and see if I can get this engine to run a little bit, just so I know it's a runner, just to make sure. Okay. Got the new air filter on. It does start. Takes a lot for it to start. Could be a dirty carb. Again, I don't know nothing about this motor. It's filthy. It's disgusting. So I got a feeling what I'm going to go ahead and do. The carbs are like $10 on Amazon. A replacement SP carb. I might just buy one of those, put a new one on. That's usually what I do when it comes down to these. I might have a spare exhaust somewhere around here, but swap this out. But other than that, because it does start, it doesn't stay running, but it does start, so that means that it is working. The motor does run, it has spark, I checked all of that. So what I'm going to do for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and order the part that I need, and I'm going to mock this up. I'm debating whether to put a torque converter on it or run it straight chained. But we'll figure it out. So I'm gonna put it up on the go-kart now and see what works. If I put a torque converter, do I have to put it a certain way? Do I have to lift the motor to get the clearance? Or if I run straight chained, can I just put it on and call it a day? I do have an old clutch. I swear to you, I have an old clutch somewhere. To be continued on that one, but I do have one. I know I do. So yeah, check that out. So I'm gonna put it on. Let you guys see what it looks like. All right. So as I was mocking up the engine onto the engine plate, I noticed that there's 3 sets of bolt holes. Kind of wondering what that was about. Maybe for a bigger motor in my thought process. And then the original chain was actually still on it, so I put just a basic straight chain, try to put it on, and realized the chain was too short. So I'm like, okay, either I had a smaller motor on here originally, and the 6.5 is too big, so it's higher, so the crankshaft is higher, or something was up. Stupid me, I will openly admit. There's like a little black plate that was sitting on the floorboard of the go-kart, and like the guy who sold it to me was like, yeah, I don't know what that's for. I truly don't know. He was like, you want it, you can have it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take it. No big deal. It's like a go-kart part. It had a sprocket on it. Didn't think anything of it. I'm guessing he must have got the go-kart for something else. So I took it, see, and see the 3 holes. I put it over the 3 holes that are in the mounting bracket, matched up perfectly. Then I kind of sat there and thought to myself, wait, maybe it has like its own torque converter? Did a little web diving. Yeah, it does. So this is the plate for the torque converter. So what I have set up, because I have an extra one, because I guess I got this a while ago too. I don't remember how or where, but I did. So let me show you what I'm going to do with the motor. Got to order a few parts, because I actually had a torque converter, like the original like Amazon or a Comet torque converter, sitting here in the shop that I was going to use for my mini bike with either the Teleton or my Ducar. What's up, baby? Sorry, hair's getting antsy. And so kind of taking parts from that right now, just kind of mock up what I'm going to be doing, and I'll show you real fast right here. Again, I'm just mocking it up, but here it is. This is the one that actually came with the go-kart. That's the smaller sprocket that comes with the torque converter that I got, because the original one was like this. It's huge. All this extra side space. And what that was doing was getting this center line off. And if anybody ever installs a torque converter, you must know these two right here must match up perfectly so you don't shred belts as much. So luckily the smaller sprocket, well, it's the same size sprocket, just smaller gap right here, fits perfectly. This is an old piece of a torque converter that I had that I don't know if it works. I'm gonna try it, but again, I'm just gonna order another one just to have in general, because I'm servicing old parts. This is part of the newer. This is the driven pulley, I believe. And again, I just put it on there to see it lines up perfectly with that smaller sprocket. So now I got to find the bolts so I can bolt this down into the motor. I'm sorry, into the what's the word I'm looking for? Engine plate. And there's two that line up right there and two in the front. So I'm gonna get that done, order all the parts that I need, and then I'm gonna have part 2 of this video. And with part 2 of the video, like I always say, I don't know why I jinx myself every time. Should be pretty quick. I said it, I did it, I know. I do have to order brake pads. It's a drum brake, not drum brake, band brake. Sorry. Got to order a band. Hey, Rock. Say hello. Do the high boogies. Got to order a band brake. The other one's worn out and actually non-existent. And then a small cable for the throttle linkage. I'm thinking about doing what I did with the mini bike and ordering the OMB ungoverned throttle linkage. Or I might even buy the governed one because I think it's just as cheap. And I'm probably going to leave this motor governed because I could really care less about this motor. I'm just going to spend the, what, $15 maybe for the carburetor and an exhaust. If that. I'll spend that money, not a big deal. $15. I'm only invested $150 into the go-kart itself. I'm going to have the original seats. I have spare wood to fix the seats. So I'm not So I'm not looking at spending much money on this cart. Just kind of get it and flip it, call it a day. Alright guys, well, thank you for watching. Again, like and subscribe, everybody. Stay safe. I'm sorry. Whoa. Stay safe and watch your six. Isn't that right, Harold? Alright guys, see you in the next video.